Okay, yesterday we finished with enterprise structure, and let us start with the global settings. I said there are some 9 or 10 settings in financial accounting global settings.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
the first one, field status variant. Two activities under this. I'll explain to you what this is. Define field status variant, OBC4 transaction code, and whatever we define has to be assigned to the company code. Assign company code to field status variant, OBC5. Let's see what a field status variant is first. The path to go to field status variant first. IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting global settings new,
Mm.
ledgers, fields, first activity under fields, define field status variants, transaction code OBC4. So what is a field status variant? A field status variant controls the fields when the user does business transactions. Controls the fields when the end user
Mm-hmm.
does business transactions. Fields can be controlled in three ways. A field can be made required, or mandatory or compulsory. A field can be kept optional, or a field can be suppressed or hidden. Now, what does this mean? Controls the fields when the user does business transactions. Now, when a user is doing business transactions, I cannot do any business transactions for our company code now because we do not have ledger accounts. Unless we have ledger accounts, I cannot post entries. But
Mm-hmm.
I will show it to you using a different company code. Let's say I want to post some electricity expenses incurred for this month. So the entry would be electricity expense account debit to bank. Punching the date, mm, company code. Period, April 1st period, currency GBP. I'm going to debit electricity expense. Now, when I'm posting an entry or when the when the user is posting entries. So I'm a user, I'm posting entries. There are a lot of fields which will appear. Amount, business area, cost center, profit center, value date, text. There's so many fields which appear. The job of a field status variant is to control the fields when the user does business transactions. Now, how does it control? It controls in three ways. A field can be either optional. Optional means there is no tick mark in it. When there is a tick mark in a particular field, that field is a required field, which means I cannot proceed without entering any amount, without entering any data in that field. Here, there is no tick mark in any field, which means all the fields are in optional status. Say, for example, I write and credit bank.
Mm. Because in UK they use a comma.
No,
Uh,
no,
no?
that's fine. In SAP,
They
even
put
we
a
use,
comma.
yeah, even we use the same. There should be a comma here. But in SAP, by
Okay.
default, dot means comma and comma means dot.
Okay.
Generally, what we use is we put a comma over here
Mm-hmm.
and we put a dot over here. That's how we write. I think globally, I think that's how they follow. But in SAP, dot is replaced by comma and comma is replaced by a dot. I don't know for what reason.
Okay. No, in main countries it's like this, but in UK
Uh,
they do the opposite. But it's
Okay.
maybe SAP is like the in
Yeah.
general like all countries.
But you can change the settings if you want. You can go to the general SAP NetWeaver settings and change it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Uh, so my point is, there are a lot of fields when doing a business transactions. The job of a field status variant is to control these fields. Say, for example, I want to make cost center as a compulsory field. I can do it by using field status variant. Now, how to do that, I can only tell you when we are posting entries. As of
Mm-hmm.
now, at this point of time, just understand that field status variant is the one which controls all these fields. For example, I want to make cost center field mandatory. If I make it mandatory by using field status variant, Miriam, are you there? Yes. So there's a field called cost center, for example, and I want to make this cost center field, mandatory. If I make the field cost center compulsory required field, there'll be a small tick mark here. If you remember yesterday when we were doing creating a company code, there was this field called currency. Currency was a mandatory field. There was a small tick mark in that field. I'll show it to you. So we created our company ABC1. So the currency field here has a small tick mark.
Yeah.
So I told you wherever there is this tick mark, that field is a mandatory field. It's a
Okay.
required field.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I make
Yeah.
the field cost center, required, there will be a small tick mark appearing in that field. So there will be a small tick mark. Now how to make it required, how to make it optional, currently it is an optional state, or how to hide this field altogether. This field will not appear if I hide it, if I suppress it. Now how to do it I can only show you once we finish GL, when we have started posting entries, because we do not have any ledger accounts. Only at that time you will appreciate the beauty of how a field status variant works. So let us go ahead and create a field status variant. Transaction code OBC4, execute. We are not going to create a new field status variant. Instead, we are going to copy from the existing standard. Standards refers to references given by SAP. We can copy the references, any one of them, and modify it according to our needs. 0001, 1000, 2200, 2700, 7000, 8500, 9000. All these are standards provided by SAP. You will find it in any SAP server. All these are references given by SAP. The reason for not creating a new field status variant, the reason for copying from an existing standard is because one field status variant, say for example 1000, one field status variant consists of about 50 field status groups. It is divided into 50 groups. Each group further, for example, I'll take G001. Each group is further subdivided into 10 subgroups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, within these subgroups consists our fields, various fields. We saw text, amount, assignment number, cost center, profit center, or everything. So it is not possible to create a new variant. If we want to create a new variant, then we'll have to create the fields, assign it to the group, repeat the process 10 times, multiply it by 50, then assign it to the main variant. It is a Herculean effort. We don't do it even in real time. And finally, when the project goes go live, what errors might arise, we never know, and we'll never be able to find out that it is because of the small thing that we have done. So what we do, we copy from the standard and just modify it as per our needs. I'm copying 1000. 1000 is a standard, 1000. How to copy? There'll be a small square block. Click on it. The variant will be highlighted. And click on copy button. Copy as. Delete 1000 and rename it. Rename the variant as per whatever name you want. We generally keep the name as that of the company code for easy remembrance. ABC1 is the name of our company code. I'm going to keep the same name. And a meaningful description. ABC1 field status. Yes. Any meaningful name, ABC1 field status variant or field status variant for ABC1, anything of your choice. But please maintain the same name as that of the company code. It is not a compulsion. You can give any 4 characters, but we give the same name because it is easy to assign. When we are doing assignment to a company code, it's easy to remember. And then click on this green button, copy or enter on the keyboard. It'll ask, what do you want to do? Do you want to copy all the 50 entries, or do you want to copy only one entry, or do you want to cancel the transaction? Please click on copy all. It'll throw an information number of dependent entries copied and click on continue. Now save. Do you want me to repeat? Shall I repeat?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. Execute field status variant.
Okay.
Select a standard 1000.
Okay.
Copy as.
Mhm.
Rename it to a name of your choice, but we commonly use
ABC1.
ABC1. Then a description ABC1 field status variant.
Okay. Enter.
Click on enter or the green button on left top corner. Copy.
Mhm.
Copy all. Continue or enter. Now save.
Okay. So I say okay.
So new submodule, we will create a new request. Enterprise structure is over. We are in global settings. So we'll create a new request. Click on create request. Save and enter.
Okay.
Data was saved. We'll come back to the IMG screen. Assign company code to field status variant. Transaction code OBC5. Click on position. ABCI. Sorry, ABC1.
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
continue. And it'll ask for the field status variant here. The field status variant is the one which we created in OBC4. ABC1, the same name we gave. We deleted the name 1000 and we renamed it to ABC1. It is for this reason we give the same name.
Mhm.
Assignment to company code is easy. If you know it, you can type ABC1 or it'll be available in this list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Select and enter. Save. Continue. Back to the IMG screen. Our second setting, fiscal year. Again, two activities in this.
Mhm.
Maintain fiscal year variant. Uh, OB 29. Assign company code to fiscal year variant. OB 37. Fiscal year is simple. Now, the year that the organization is using, calendar year or financial year, the 12-month reporting period that the organization uses. For example, in India, we use financial year. Our 12-month reporting period is April to March. Sorry. Most of the
Mhm.
countries globally use calendar year, January to December.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I believe in UK also they use Jan to December.
In UK is the same that in India.
April to March?
Yeah, in UK. In Spain, I'm from Spain. In Spain is normal calendar year, but
Uh-huh.
in UK is the fiscal year is finished in April, like in India.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So for me, in this moment, that I'm living in UK is the same that for you.
Uh, okay. Because okay. All right. We'll see. All right. Path IMG financial accounting new,
Okay, fine.
financial accounting global settings new, mm,
Okay.
ledgers, fiscal year and posting periods.
Okay.
Under that, the first activity, maintain fiscal year variant, OB29. Execute. There are already predefined standards, lot of predefined standards, but let us go to new entries and see how it is done. Click on new entries to create our own variant. Here I cannot give ABC1 because it will accept only two characters. It will accept only two characters. So let's give, say, A1, description. How do you want it to be? April to March or Jan to December?
Yeah. No, April too much.
Okay. Description, April to March with four four special periods. I'll tell you what special periods are. I'll tell you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. These two will be blank. Let it be blank. Calendar year, we'll check mark if we are using January to December. If
Ah,
we are
okay.
not using calendar year, leave it blank.
Okay. So if I'm in Spain working for
Yeah,
a Spanish
if
company, I
you
click
you
this
have to check this.
calendar year. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, year dependent. Uh, see, there are some. It's calendar year needs to be check marked in cases when the calendar month days, calendar month days is not equal to business days. What I mean to say is business month days. Normally, January means 1 to 31. February means 1 to 28 or 29 as the case may be. March would be 1 to 31. And this is how the days are maintained also. But some cases, very rare cases, the business days, it's not necessary that 1 to 31 should be 31 days. I can be following 31 days like Jan 4th to Feb 3rd. This is also 31 days, right? This
Yes.
is also
Okay.
31 days. Then my second period would be Feb 4th to 29 plus about Mar March 1. Then my third period would be March 1 to, no, I'm sorry. This is not 28 days. This is, yeah, something like this. March 1 to April, April 1 or March 31. So clearly the calendar month days do not match with the
The
business
business.
days. In these days, in this case, you have to check mark year dependent. Very rare cases, just leave it blank. We follow April means April 1 to 20, 30. If May comes 1 to 31. So most of the companies follow this, most of the countries follow the straightforward method. Number of posting periods. Now one posting period is equal to one posting period is equal to
Mm-hmm.
1 month of doing a business transaction. 1 month of doing a business transaction equal to one posting period. Therefore, how many posting periods can we have?
Is it for month?
Yes.
12. 12.
Okay. 12 posting periods. So April is a posting period. May is a posting period. September is another posting period. Number of special periods, I mentioned it as 4. Okay. What are special periods now? Now let's say this is the month column. Normal periods and special periods. The definition of special periods, the last period of any year is further subdivided into a maximum of 4 special periods. I'll write it down. The last period of any year is further subdivided into a maximum of 4 special periods. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
Mm-hmm.
April is my first period.
Mm-hmm.
May is our second period, third period, fourth, fifth,
I just keep July.
fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth period, ninth period, 10th period. The last three periods, if you observe, jump to the new year.
Mm-hmm.
The 10th period, 11th period, and 12th period jump to the new year. Okay. The last period, March is our last period. So it's the last period of any year is further subdivided into a maximum of four special periods. So now March will be subdivided into four periods. 13th, 14th period, 15th period, 16th period. Why do we divide March into four special periods? It's the purpose of doing closing activities. For example, closure of suspense accounts. There is something called suspense accounts that needs to be closed. Tax adjustment entries needs to be passed. Audit adjustment entries needs to be done. Closing stock needs to be found out. Foreign currency revaluations needs to be done. New periods needs to be opened so that postings can be done for the new year. So there are a lot of closing activities which needs to be done, which cannot be done in the normal periods. These are the normal periods. All these closing activities are done in the special period. Now, you can have SAP provides a provision of only four special periods. You can have one special period, you can have two special periods, you can have three, but not more than four. The reason for special periods? For closing activities. And these special periods only exist in FI module. In no other module can you find the existence of special periods. I was asked once in an interview, what activities do we carry out in the MM module when it comes to special periods? So that's how I learned. These special periods are applicable only in FI module and in no other module.
Mm-hmm.
Let's save this now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A1 already exists. Someone might have created A1. So it says an entry with the same key exists. Uh, A2. Okay. Now select the variant which we created now, A2. Select
Mm-hmm.
this and click on periods folder. If you click on the square block, it gets selected
Okay.
and click on
Okay.
periods folder. Now had we selected the calendar year, this this configuration wouldn't be necessary. Now because we are following financial year, April to March, or any other year other than calendar year, we need to do this setting because the system by default understands only calendar year. So we need to instruct the system that I'm not following calendar year. I'm following April to March, and please follow the settings accordingly. New entries, month, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Number of days in a month, 31.
That we start in April, no?
Yeah, but we start in April. That's the instruction we need to give the system.
Okay. But here the number one going to be January.
This means this is how the system understands by default.
Ah, okay.
The periods folder, this is where we instruct the system that first period is
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
30, 31, 31, July, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, October. Yeah, okay, it's December. But our first period is April. Second period would be May. Third period would be June, July, and the last three periods, they shift to the new year. January, February, March. Now, the last column, year shift. We also call it displacement factor. Displacement factor is an old term that no longer use it. But for your information, year shift is also called displacement factor.
Okay.
Now, these periods, April to December, is in sync with how the system understands. Our last three periods shift to the new year, but the system should not mistake it as a new year. I have to tell the system that it still belongs to 2017. Although it has jumped to 2018, it does not belong to 2018. It does not form a part of 2018. My 3-month reporting period is still pending. So I'll give 0 as no change for these periods. And to bring it back to the current year, we put here -1
Okay.
and save. But if I click on calendar year, come back. But if we put a tick mark on calendar year, no need to do those settings in periods folder because system understands calendar
Okay.
year. You are also following calendar year. So both the thing is in sync. So no need to do this. Back to the IMG screen. Next, assign company code to a fiscal year variant, OB37. Simple activity, position, company code ABC1, enter. What was the variant which we created?
AB, no, A2.
Yeah, A2. Save. Next setting, posting periods. OBBO. Assign it to company code. Open and close posting periods. OB52. Right. Posting periods. I said 1 month of doing a business transaction is one posting period. Therefore, we have 12 posting periods. That's
BP
great.
is business
Business
transaction, right?
transaction, yes.
Okay.
Let's create a variant, OBBO, new entries. Variant name, same as our company code, ABC1. Posting period variant for ABC1. Save. Come back. Assign variants to company code, OBBP. Position. Find out our company code, ABC1. Enter. And give the variant which we created in OBBO. It's the same as our company code, ABC1. Yeah, and save. Back. Open and close posting periods, OB52. New entries. This is one of the month-end activities also. This tells us in which period postings are to be done, in which period postings cannot be done, which month is closed for posting. There are about 12 columns here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, first, the variant, ABC1, account type. Second, account type, there are these many account types predefined in SAP plus ADKMS. We do not see V. V is a separate module. Contract accounts is dealt in a separate manner. Select the first one plus and leave the next two columns blank for plus. I'll tell you what these are. From period,
Okay.
year, to period, year, special periods, 4 special periods, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now the next account type, A. Assets means only fixed assets. Okay. From account. Now, what is the minimum number of assets an organization can have? Minimum.
Mm, I don't know the minimum.
Minimum number without which it cannot function.
One.
Absolutely right. 1. You cannot have 0. You need at least
Okay.
a chair to sit down and work.
Yeah.
Right. So now what is maximum?
9999999. I
Yes,
don't know.
you cannot say how many assets an organization can have. One day you will retire, but the business will keep on going. The organization will keep on running. Till
Mm-hmm.
the time the business is declared bankrupt or it is liquidated, only at that time you can find out the number of assets available. Till then, till the time business is running, you cannot predict, you cannot say that the business will have only a number of assets, X number of assets. You don't know. So we put it as infinity. Okay? There'll be purchase of assets, sale of assets, intercompany transactions, uh, scrapping of asset, sorry, scrapping of assets,
No.
retirement of asset. So many transactions that keep on happening. So the number of assets will keep on going up, keep on coming down. You can never say. So we represented by ZZ infinity. Asset
Mm-hmm.
transactions can be done all through the year. You can post asset transactions in January, in September, August, all throughout the year. Next account type, D, customers. What's the minimum number of customers a business can have?
One.
Again, one. How many? Can't say. All customer-related transactions can be done all throughout the year. It can be credit sales, customer invoice, customer credit memo, returns from customer, incoming
Mm-hmm.
payment, payment received from a customer, uh, down payment received, advance received from a customer, customer clearing. All transactions pertaining to customers can be done all throughout the year. Special periods for customer closing, same applicable for other account types as well. ADK, materials.
Always we put one to infinitive.
Yes.
Okay.
And finally, GL accounts, general ledger. You can skip this from account, you can leave this blank. It will be construed as a minimum, but maximum has to be put as ZZZ.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it going down? Save.
Okay.
But in real time, this is never kept 1 to 12. Now what does 1 to 12 mean? It means all the 12 periods are open for posting. Now I'm in April now.
Yeah.
I can post for the month of uh, February. I can do that.
No.
Or
Oh.
I can even post in for the month of December, which has not yet come. But that is wrong
No.
accounting practice, right? So
Yeah.
we only keep the period open for which the posting needs to be done. So the fourth period is kept, oh, I'm sorry, first period. This is April, right? April is our
Mhm.
first period. So now the user cannot post in any period other than April.
Mhm.
So on 30th of April, this is a month-end activity, or the 1st of May, this one will change to 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Everything will be 2, 2. So that postings can be possible in the month of May.
Mhm.
Save. The next setting, maximum exchange rate difference. This is for the purpose of foreign currency transactions.
Mhm.
Define maximum exchange rate difference per company code. B. Per foreign currency. Alright. The path IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting global settings new, global parameters for company code, currencies, maximum exchange rate difference,
Mhm.
define maximum exchange rate difference per company code first. Execute. Click on position. Our company code will be available here, ABC1, and give a maximum deviation, any number you like. 10% is the prescribed SAP standard, but you can talk to your accounting department and give what they are following. 5%, 7%. So what is this deviation? Let me save this. When we are doing a transaction in foreign currency, there will be a field called rate. There will be a currency. If you are not following the local currency, US dollars, if you're giving a foreign currency, you'll have to mention the rate over here. Now this rate, how much it exceeds with the local currency is what is the deviation. For example, what is the currency? Oh, sorry.
So look at it.
I'm so sorry. Okay, 0.78. Okay, 0.78. But when we are doing the transaction, now this rate 0.78 is maintained in a table. That'll be our next setting. It's called enter exchange rates. So in this table, this is a table which contains all the foreign exchange rates. In this table, we will maintain 0.78 and it'll keep
Mm-hmm.
on changing on a daily basis. Let's assume today we have given 0.78. While doing transaction, I'm giving here 1.00. Okay, 1.00. Now, deviation I have given 10%. So the system will accept only 10% of 0.78. So,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So what I can enter while doing the transaction is 0.78. 0.78 plus 0.078. So I can enter 0.858, maximum of 0.858 when doing the transaction. But I'm giving here 1. Now will the system accept or not? You understand what I'm saying, or shall I repeat it?
Mm, until the 10% I understand, but the last part no.
Okay. So 0.78 is
Yes, that's
what
right.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
mentioning in the table. This is where in OB08, I'm maintaining that USD to GBP 0.78.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I'm doing the business transaction, I'm specifying 1. Okay. My question is, will the system accept 1 or not, 1 USD? It will not accept because the deviation we have mentioned as 10%.
Mm-hmm.
We've mentioned a deviation of 10%, which means 0.78 into 10% is what it will accept, 0.078. That is this plus this,
Mm-hmm.
0.858.
Mm-hmm.
So it will accept up to a maximum of 0.858. So here I am putting 1. It will
Mm-hmm.
accept up to a maximum of 0.858. You understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
10% of 0.78 is 0.078.
Mm-hmm.
If I
And
add it,
this is
if
the
I add
maximum.
it to 0.78, I'll get the currency rate. So I can put a maximum of 0.858 here. If I put more than this, the system is going to throw a warning. I'll put here 1. I put here 1. The system is going to throw a warning that you have maintained a maximum deviation of 10%. Okay, and the value comes to about 8.858. Are you there? Okay, so that's what it is. The system is not going to stop us from doing the transaction. It is only going to throw a warning message. It's going to throw a warning like, you have mentioned 10% deviation, but you are giving an amount which exceeds the deviation limit specified. Do you want to proceed or not? I'm sorry. So it's up to the user to proceed or not. Warning messages, if they appear, if you hit enter, they go. If you want to change the...
And always, sorry, Ram, always is 10%. Then,
No, that's what. 10% is a prescribed SAP standard. You may talk to the accounting department and find out how much they maintain. What is the company policy? You can have 5%, 7%, 8%, 11%, whatever. Whatever is the company policy. Can you hear me? Miriam, can you hear me? Hello? So it depends on the company policy, or how much they want to maintain. You'll have to speak to your client. 10% is an accepted SAP standard,
uh-huh.
right? So that is the meaning of deviation. Define maximum exchange rate per foreign currency. This states how much the currencies that the client is dealing in. Save this. Transaction code OBBF. Execute. Say we already have euro, Singapore dollars, US dollars. Uh, It'll be blank initially. Let me delete all these. The screen will look like this. It'll be blank. Okay. Click on new entries. Now, foreign currency. Say USD, local currency GBP, and the exchange rate we have maintained is 10%. Then Australian dollars to GBP, 10%. Now you can have as many currencies as you want. There are about more than 200 currencies SAP supports. And save. Back. Our next setting is enter exchange rates. We'll maintain the rates for Australian dollars and US dollars.
Okay.
And the path for enter exchange rates is IMG, SAP NetWeaver, general settings, currencies, enter exchange rates, transaction code OB08. Click on new entries. There are 5 columns: exchange rate, valid from denotes the foreign currency, direct quotation is the rate, 2 denotes the local currency. Okay. Exchange rate. Just a minute, Miriam.
Yeah.
आपने AC on. Can you please turn off the AC? AC switch off பண்ணிட்டேன். Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
So for each currency, we have 2 currencies. So for each foreign currency, 3 exchange rate types needs to be maintained. These exchange rate types are specified by SAP. So for each currency, we maintain 3 exchange rate types: selling rate, buying rate, and average rate. 3 exchange rate types for each currency: B, G, M. B refers to bank selling rate, G refers to bank buying rate, M refers to average rate, valid from the date from which the foreign currency is being used. We'll give today's date. From refers to the foreign currency. We had 2 foreign currencies: Australian dollars, Australian dollars, Australian dollars. And direct quotation is the rate. Say 59, 58, something. 56 or 57, something. 2 INR, GBP, sorry. Then again, B, G, M. What was the other one? USD. It's 0.78. We can have 0.78 or 76. And save. Okay. Our next setting is very important. Document types. We don't do anything here. The concept of document types, the understanding of document types is very important. Document type. Sorry?
Could I do one question regarding the exchange rate?
Yes.
Because the exchange rate change every day.
Every day, yes.
So the the company should fill this exchange rate every day.
Yes,
The
yes, yes. For example, in my previous organization, uh, we used to change it every 3 days actually. So it depends on the
okay.
company policy. We did not do it every day, although the rates do differ every day. Uh, we used to change this buying rate every day and the selling rate on weekly basis. It depends on the company policy. You can come back
Okay.
to OB50, I beg your pardon, you can come to, what is this, OB08, and you can
Mm-hmm.
change it. That's why these are editable fields. You can remove
Okay.
this and you can change the numbers checking from the website. There's moneycontrol.com, xrates.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Document types refers, define the type of business transaction that a user does. What I mean to say is, let's go to document types. Back to the IMG screen. Now, it's very easy to write an entry. Say, for example, there's an entry for same electricity expenses. What is the entry for electricity expenses? What is the journal entry for electricity expenses?
Mm, I don't know.
You are an accounting student, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To bank, right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Right or wrong?
1 second, because I don't know what you want to say. Electricity expenses to
No,
bank account.
you don't know what journal entry is?
Yes, but I studied this in Spanish and I don't know what you want to mean. I mean, that you say that go in the right position or because electricity is expensive and come from the bank, but I
You,
don't know
you,
what
you
is
know.
your question.
Okay, so um, what do you call journal entry? Have you not heard of the term journal entry?
No. Oh, well, maybe yes, but I studied my degree in Spanish, so I'm not
I
sure
understand. Okay,
about.
okay. Let's try this. I'm sorry.
General in Spanish.
What is it?
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, all right.
It's a yeah, it's a debt,
Sure. Okay. So the
a
entry
debit.
for electricity expense is this. So
Mm.
how do you do it in Spanish language?
This is a
Debit
debt.
the expense,
Yeah,
debit the
yeah,
expense, and credit uh, the golden
debit.
rules. Golden rules. Debit all expenses and losses. Credit all incomes and gains. Debit the receiver. Credit the giver.
Mhm. I think we don't use this. I understand what you want to say, but we don't use this expression.
Okay. All right. Right. So this is the entry for an expense, any expense, not just uh, electricity expense. I want to debit the
Mhm.
electricity expense. account and credit bank. I've very easily written down this in a notebook or wherever I want to. But how will I post this in SAP? I need to record this in SAP. To record, it's called document. An entry is also called document in SAP. To post a document in SAP, requires the combination of two things. Document posting depends on the combination of two things. If you know how to manipulate these two things, you can post any entry in SAP. Okay, posting keys is our next setting. We'll see next.
Okay.
Document types define the type of an accounting transaction, a business transaction that a user does. So whatever transaction that you want to do, SAP has a predefined list of document types for it. What I mean to say is document types, define document types, OBA 7. Execute. It's just an overview. Please do not go to new entries. Please do not go to new entries and modify this, or do not try to delete any of the standards. All these are
Sorry,
standards.
sorry, could you go back and do more slowly?
Yes.
Because you click very fast and I don't know where you go. Okay.
I thought you were,
Document.
okay. Financial accounting new,
Okay.
global settings new,
Mm-hmm.
document,
Document types.
document types, define document types for entry view,
Okay.
OBA 7. Don't do anything here. Please do not. SAP itself says it's an overview. Do not try to create anything of your own. Do not try to tamper with the existing standards. Do not try to go inside. I mean, you can go inside and see the properties. If you select and click on details button, you can see the properties of that particular document type. But please do not try to, delete something here or delete the existing document type. There are about more than 50 document types available. Now, what is the usefulness of this? When you are doing a particular transaction, say I want to do a sales entry. Say I'm selling 100 I'm selling 100 pens to Miriam. Okay, this is the transaction. So the sales transaction, I can post an entry, account debit to sales. Very easily I have written this entry and my job is over. 100 pence value, each 10, so the value will be 1000. Okay, very easily I have recorded an entry. But to post an entry in SAP, it requires the document types and posting keys. So I'm going to the transaction code F-22. Don't worry about the transaction code and all. We'll see these when we come to the appropriate topic. So I want to post a customer invoice, sales to Miriam. So I'll put the date and all those things. It picks up a document type on its own. I have not given it. It picks up a document type called DR. Question, first issue. Where does it pick up DR from? It picks up DR from document types.
Um.
Okay. So no need to do anything in document types. It picks up a document type automatically depending on the type of transaction that a user wants to do. Say I want to post payment entry. Now, I have purchased some raw materials from you. Okay, I see. I have purchased some raw materials from you. Uh, let's just say inventory, or I have purchased a bus from you. Asset, bus debit, and the supplier credit, the vendor credit, say for okay. Now this is the purchase entry. Now I need to make payment to you, right? Uh, payment entry. To bank, to you're giving me some discount also. Say you're giving me a discount of about 5%. I'm making a bulk payment. I'm giving you the entire payment at one shot. So you're giving me some discount. Uh, it's just simple. 10%. 10% you are giving me discount. 10,000. And I'm paying you 90,000. Okay. So this payment entry is what I need to record in SAP. Okay. This will have a different document type. This had a document type DR. Now this will have a document type KZ. KZ is for vendor payment. KZ. Now where does this KZ come from? Comes from document types OBA7. Vendor payment.
Okay.
So my point is, any transaction that you want to do, any transaction, SAP has a predefined document type available for it. Okay. So document types is taken care of. Don't worry about this. One headache is over. Document types, you need not do anything about it. The system will pick up an appropriate document type depending on the transaction you want to do. Now let's say customer payment. DZ. The same example will go. I have sold you 10 pens, 100 pens, and now you should pay me 1,000. You should pay me 1,000. Bank debit to Miriam account. So to post this entry, it should pick up DZ. Let's see what it's going to pick up. F-28 for incoming payment from the customer. It picks up DZ. So my point is, whatever accounting transaction you want to post in SAP, there is a predefined document type for that transaction. You need not worry about it. It will pick up on its own. Please do not tamper with the existing standards.
Mm-hmm.
Document types are there for the convenience of the user, and the system will pick up an appropriate document type depending on what transaction the user wants to do. Now, the functions of a document type. What does a document type do? What is the role of a document type? What is its purpose? Now, if you select a particular document type, you can go inside, select, and click on Details button. You can see the properties of document type. The purpose of a document type is three main functions. Controls the document number ranges. This is our next setting. We'll see what document number ranges are. Controls the account types. Account types are nothing but, if you remember, ADKMS. A for assets, D for customer, K for vendor, M for material, S stands for GL account.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of account types can be allowed for posting transaction using DG? So for DG, DG refers to customer credit memo. Customer credit memo is also known as returns, sales returns. So I've sold you 100 pens. Uh, 10 pens are faulty, and some nib is broken, some ink is dry, or for some reason you're going to return 10 pens to me. So customer credit memo is returns. So for that, customer related and GL related transactions are only possible. Again, all these are specified by SAP. Do not try to change anything here. You need not do anything. Please do not select assets or remove tick from customer. Please do not mess with the standards. Don't do anything here.
Mm-hmm.
One, two, and the third role is, the third purpose is, it specifies the default values for exchange rate type in foreign currency. We had three exchange rate types, B, G, and M. We maintain three exchange rate types. So what is the exchange rate? What is the exchange rate type it should pick up? The system should pick up when doing foreign currency transactions. Should it pick up bank buying rate, which is G? Should it pick up bank selling rate, which is B? Or should the system pick up M, which is an average rate? If nothing is specified, as in this case, nothing is specified, when doing a sales return transaction using foreign currency, the system by default will pick up only average rate.
M.
Yes,
Okay.
specifies the default values for exchange rate type for foreign currency. So that's the job of a document type. Document type is responsible for these three things mainly. So again, please do not do anything here. Nothing needs to be created or edited. It's for the user's convenience. Come back. Save changes within. Our next setting, document number ranges. Okay, before I push to the document number ranges, we'll see some commonly used document types in real time. Not all document types specified here, about 69, is not used in real time. Only a couple of important ones which are used. We'll see. We'll prepare a small chart. Can I delete this?
Yes, yes.
Document type, description, number range. AF, depreciation postings. Now how to find out the number range? I said if you select and click on the details button, it'll display the properties of that particular document type. You can either select and click on details, or if you double click on a particular document type, that also will do. So I double click on this document type, it will take us inside. The number range is 05. SA, GL account document, number range 01, DG, #16, DR, customer invoice, 18, PZ, customer payment 14, KG, vendor credit memo, KR, vendor invoice 19, Z, outgoing payment, payment made to a vendor. 15. RE, gross invoice receipt. WE, goods receipt. WA, goods issue. X1, X2, ZP, payment posting 20. Okay, some of the commonly used document types. Our next setting is number ranges, where we will use these number ranges. Document types and document number ranges are related with each other. Document number ranges. Sorry, I forgot. FBN1. Document number ranges simply refers to the number of documents that needs to be posted in a particular year. So for 2017, how many entries needs to be posted is what we are going to specify in document number ranges. The path, IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting global settings new, document, document number ranges, documents in entry view, define document number ranges for entry view. Transaction code FBN1. Our company code ABC1, and please click on change intervals. There'll be two intervals, one with the spec symbol and one with the pen symbol. Please click on the one with the pen symbol.
Okay.
That's the one which refers to change or edit. If you click on the one with the display, it is only display function or view. Okay. Now, for the year 2017, let's say I'm saying I want to post 100 entries. I want to post 100 accounting entries. Okay. But how will the system know what kind of 100 accounting entries? If you take, for example, asset itself, you have various categories: asset purchased, asset sold, intercompany transactions, depreciation entries, scrap sales, retirement of entries. Um, then you take customers, cash sales, credit sales, sales returns, down payment received from customer, customer clearing, so many transactions relating to vendor likewise, purchases, credit purchase, cash purchase, down payment made to a vendor, outgoing payment made to a vendor. So how will the system identify what kind of 100 entries is a user supposed to make? Or how does the system know user out of these 100 entries, only 10 entries are meant for GL transaction, 15 entries are supposed to be made for customer related entries? System cannot identify that unless we give a specific instruction to the system. Okay, poor thing doesn't have a brain of its own. Only based on specific instructions it behaves. So the first column, number range, is that instruction. So if I give here 0, 1, now this information is clear to the system that, now it knows, yes, the user wants to post 100 entries for the year. The user wants to post 100 entries for the year 2017. 100 GL entries. That is the importance of this number range. 100 GL entries, because 01 refers to GL account document. Click on insert line. The same has to be done for all the other number ranges. Click on insert line. Now 05. If I give 05, I cannot use 1 to 99 because 1 to 99 is reserved only for GL entries. 100 to 199. So now the system knows, enter. The user can post only 100 depreciation entries because 05 relates to depreciation posting. The next document type, insert line.
But I don't understand why you can put 1 to 100 or 1 to 99. Or
Because
you put 100 to 199 in the 05.
you want to know
You
why
can put,
1 to 99 I can't put? You want to know why I didn't put 1 to 99?
yeah.
1 to 99 is a number reserved only for GL document. These are just numbers. These are numbers
Yeah.
which cannot be repeated for any other document types.
Okay. You can't repeat. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. This 1 to 99, it'll be repeated in the next year, but not for the same year. So
Okay.
if I want to carry forward 1 to 99, it'll be done in the next year. 1 to 99 cannot be repeated for any other document types anymore. So I use the next number, 100. 100 to 199. So now 100 to 199 cannot be repeated for any other document type Okay. Insert line 14. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 49, 50, 51. Okay. 14 is for customer payment. So I can post 100 incoming payment entries. Now again, I'm only giving 100 for a class purpose. You can give as much as you want.
Okay.
Insert line. 15 is for vendor payment. Insert. $5.99. Insert. $6.99. $20. 20. 49, 50, 51. 50. X2. Okay. And you can put as many document types and number ranges as you want. And save. Now, one more important point. Document types are of, I beg your pardon. Document number ranges are of two types. External and internal. What is external? There's a small, if you see this, the last column, external. If we check,
Okay.
if we check this, if you put a tick mark here, it means the number range is of external type. If we leave it blank, the number range is of internal type. So what is external, what is internal? When we are doing transactions, say for example GL transactions, I'm going to post an entry, salaries paid to employees. Hello? Can you hear me, Miriam? Okay.
I was in the part that you was with clicking the external or internal.
Sorry?
You was explaining me the external or
Yes.
internal.
Yes. So when you are doing a transaction, every transaction window will have a field called document number. For example, I want to do a GL posting. Salaries paid. Salaries paid for this month.
Mhm.
When I'm doing a transaction, there will be a field called document number. Now, if I keep this an external, GL document is 01. I'm doing a GL posting. For GL posting, the number range is 01. So if I keep this external, and I will have to enter the document numbers myself. 1, the next number 2, the next number 3, 63, 57. I will have to enter these documents manually myself, document numbers 78, 89, 99 manually. Now, it is not advised to keep it external because let's assume there are two end users, two finance end users, you and me. Okay. Now,
Mhm.
I'm posting the entry salaries paid and I'm giving the document number 1. But you would have already used up document number 1 to post electricity expense. So when I'm done with my transaction, finally go to save it, the system will not allow me to say. It's going to throw an error message. It will say document number 1 has been used up by another user. So I'll have to come back, remove this, do it again, give document number 2, or else I'll have to check with you. I'll have to check the reports, which is the next
Mm.
number free. So we don't use this from convenience point of view. We always keep it internal. Internal
Oh,
number ranges means you need not enter the document number here manually. You can leave this blank and go ahead with your transaction. And when you finally post the transaction, the system will automatically generate the free number available, the next free number available.
right.
So you need not worry about it. So it will be blank. Please let it remain blank. That is what is internal number ranges. Save. Did I save it?
I think
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Save. Come back to the IMG screen. The next concept, posting keys. OB41. So this is the next setting which is important to post an entry. The posting keys. Now we can see this in depth, in detail, only when we are looking at the entries, when we are posting entries. Or uh, let's first things first, steps to find out posting keys. Now before going there, posting keys determine which account should be debited or credited. Okay.
Mm.
Steps to find out posting keys. Step 1, You should know your journal entry. I hope you know what journal entry is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same for me.
Uh, then find out the account type. Account type means A, D, K, M, and S. A stands for fixed assets, D for customers, K for vendors, M materials, S GL accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, find out the posting keys from OB41. Save. Okay. So, small example to start with. Steps to find out posting keys. Now when you're posting an entry, you'll have one document type. We saw that. So don't worry about it. One headache is over. So you'll have two posting keys, one debit posting key and one credit posting key.
Mm-hmm.
Our journal entry, account type, posting key. Say simple entry. Uh, Internet expenses paid. Internet expense debit to bank. Okay. Account type, ADKMS. Now let's look at the debit account type first. Internet expense comes under which category? ADKMS. Shall I write down what is ADKMS here? Somewhere over here.
Oh, yes, please. Mm-hmm.
Out of these 5 account types, which account type is the best fit for internet expense?
Uh, Assets.
No, assets are only fixed assets. Can't be
Uh,
fixed.
Internet expenses.
Fixed asset refers to your.
Materials. Materials.
No. Materials are
No.
all your. No, how can it be materials? Materials refers to
Mm,
your materials, your raw materials,
yeah.
semi-finished, finished goods. If
Mm-hmm.
nothing else fit the one
Mm-hmm.
which is left out, GL accounts.
Okay.
It's GL accounts. Bank,
GL account.
yeah. posting key, we have done this, we have done the second one. Now they find out the posting key, OB41. Now, the purpose of account type is this. Based on the account type, posting keys are there. There are about 100 posting keys predefined by SAP. Out of these 100 posting keys, we need to find out 2. It's very easy. That's the reason. That's the purpose we find out the account type. 1 to 19 is for customers. Please come down. Our account type is GL. Both debit and credit account type is GL. Then the next is vendor up till 39. Okay. Let's look at the debits first. Debit account type. So this is GL debit. Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
And this one is GL credit. Look at GL debit first. We have 40, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 80, 86. So any one posting key from these 7 or 8. So 40, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 debit posting keys. One out of these 8 will fit the description for internet expense. Can you take a no, people make a mistake regarding the cost here refers to production. So it's not 81.
Oh, okay. Not fixed. Okay. Can be 40.
Fantastic.
The simple.
40. Now same way, GL credit. We have 50, 50, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. Bank will fit one description among these 8 credit GL posting keys. 50, 90 to 96.
50.
Yeah. Wonderful. You're a genius. I remember it took me so hard to understand this when I was studying.
Yeah.
If I can study SAP, anyone can do SAP.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm the most dumbest
Because
person on earth. So if I can do it,
I study accounting, but in the ACP, I think it's more difficult.
oh, that's nice. Okay.
No, but I mean in ACP is difficult. There are a lot of codes. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. And some things you call different that in my language, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I see that it's difficult ACP.
Yes, I understand. Yeah. So that's how you find out posting keys. Let's take another example. Mm, we saw an example. Oh, I deleted it. Okay. So I'm selling you something, right? So let's take a customer invoice entry. I'm selling you something. I'm selling you some watches. So the customer name, customer account debit to sales. Okay. Now the account type. Debit account type. Which one?
Mm, is it yeah, customers? No?
Yes.
Define your customer.
Customer. And the next one, sales.
Vendor.
Ah, no. Look at it from my perspective. To you, I'm a
Okay.
customer. So you have told me customer. Sales would be
Mm, the same that yeah, the credit
yes.
accounts.
Posting key. GL. I'm sorry, not
Card.
GL. I'm sorry. It's not GL. It's customer. Customer with debiting. Let's go on top. For customers, it is from 1 to 19. Here also no need to look at the credits. So don't look at 11 to 19. We are going to debit the customer. So anything from 01 to 09. So out of these 01 to 09. Customer invoice, debit, customer.
01.
Yeah. And sales, GL credit,
50.
50. Nice. Okay. Now, a case of a vendor. I'm purchasing something from you. Okay. Or let's say you are purchasing something from me. You're
Okay.
purchasing some raw materials from me. Two, this is from your perspective, from your
Mm-hmm.
books.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, okay. This is in my books. In my books, you become my customer. I become your uh,
Vendor.
vendor. So now in your books, I'm selling you something. It's the same entry. I'm selling you something.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in my books, I'll put it as Miriam to sales. In your books, you will write it as purchases to Ram. Okay. Account type,
Vendor.
purchases. Then sales would be purchases is
Uh,
ulta is
debit.
reverse of sales.
Debit. Ah, oh,
GL.
going to be for me. Okay, okay. Customer debit and credit.
Sales and purchases are the same account type.
Yeah.
It's GL. Only thing I'm going to debit it. And what would be this account type? Who am I to you?
Vendor.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what?
Now, yeah, yeah, but I'm going to sell to you, no? or you?
No, you're
I'm
purchasing from me. That's the reason I put it as purchase to
yeah,
supplier.
vendor. Yeah,
So this would be K,
okay, vendor.
vendor credit. Let's go to OB41. GL debit. Let's see what GL debit is. So it's again the 40 and 80 to 86, any one.
Mm,
What is the item? Purchases.
for, for 40.
Yeah. Vendor credit. So let's go up. No need to look at debits.
I,
We'll look at.
I can see the number.
You can't see my
Um,
screen?
yeah, the numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
Now yes. Okay.
So no need to look at the
Uh,
debits. Just look at the credits from 31 to 39.
31.
31. So this is
Invoice.
how you find out the posting keys for all entries. Okay. You should know your entry first, then find out the account type, then find out the posting keys. Okay. As and when we do the transaction, it'll be more clearer to you. And the last setting, tolerance group. Tolerance group of employees has two settings. One, tolerance. Every employee, employees are basically grouped into various categories in organizations. Uh, Executives, and then they can have team leaders. They can have above team leaders. You can have managers, above managers, general manager. Then you can have, chief financial officers. Chief financial officers will report to the chief executive officers, will report to the managing director. So a certain hierarchy is built in every organization. You can have 20 executives, you can have 5 team leaders, you can have 2 managers. Now each group of employees are allowed to post only up to a certain limit. Nobody is given authorization to post any amount they want. Each group of employees can post only up to a certain limit. That is what is called tolerance limit. If they cross this limit, say the executives can post only up to 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Above 100,000, it has to go for approval to the team leader. Or the team leader will post from 100,001 to about 500,000. That will be his limit. If it exceeds 500,000, it'll go for approval to the manager. So the amount has to be given by your client. I'm just giving you an example. It differs from organization to organization. So IMG, financial accounting new, financial accounting global settings new, document, tolerance groups, 2 activities under that. Define tolerance group for employees. Transaction code OBA4. New entries. Can give a group name. For example, the executives would be under, they might be 100 executives. They would be under one group called,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they might be under, called, group one. Simple. There might be about 50 team leaders. They might be under group two. Okay. Each one of these have to be created a group. Say we are creating group one and our company code ABC1. Amount per document, I am giving a maximum amount here. In real time, the
Mm-hmm.
client will have to specify what is the amount which group 1 can post, what is the amount to which group 2 can post. What is the discount they can post to, and save. Come back. Second activity, assign user tolerance group. Assign user to tolerance group. OB57. Execute. New entries. The username, this username is online F508. The username that you have been given, that username, and the tolerance group is a group that we just created, GRP1. This one,
Okay.
and save. See, all the basic settings now in order to proceed with the general ledger accounting is done. And we will start with general ledger accounting tomorrow. From here starts the accounting topics.